Hey guys, time for another double feature this summer with Edge of Tomorrow and 22 Jump Street. I have not done a double feature in a really long time. Thinking I haven't done a lot of reviews in a really long time, so better make up for that now. Start with Edge of Tomorrow because I saw it first. And it's another Tom Cruise sci-fi movie. I do love a good Tom Cruise sci-fi movie. I'm wearing a Minority Report t-shirt right now, which is like one of my favorite movies ever. So I was really looking forward to a new Tom Cruise sci-fi movie. Really awesome. And this was a really cool, fun summer movie. You know, it got a really interesting idea. Not the most original idea, because, Groundhog Day, source code, what have you. But this one actually did some really cool, interesting stuff with the idea of looping the same day over and over and over again. Like, some movies tend to stretch that to breaking point. But this one really did some interesting, awesome stuff with it. And it was really... They didn't, overdo it a lot. And that's my dog barking. I'll let him... Dude, I'm just gonna do it over this dog, and I'm gonna leave this in the video. Okay, so... Edge of Tomorrow, sorry about that, but, yeah, there's, the idea of looping the day over and over again. They do some really interesting stuff with that, and they it was a really fast movie. Every scene was a good 95% of this movie was not wasted. If it was, it was just, a breakneck speed. There was so much stuff going on, and, very little of it was, not important, And I really like Tom Cruise actually did a good job in this movie, because normally we think of Tom Cruise the invincible Ethan Hunt, or the invincible whatever, insert character name here. In this movie he was kind of a dope, and he does eventually become the Tom Cruise action hero we know and love, or hate, depending on who you are. But, I kind of like that at the start of the movie, he's kind of this whiny dope who just doesn't know any better. And Emily Blunt was really good in this movie. She was a cool action heroine who had some of the badass ones, some of that big-ass sword, which was awesome. And they worked really well together. I thought that was really cool stuff. And, yeah, it was a visually interesting movie. There did a lot of long takes in the action scene, kind of reminiscent of Alfonso Cuarón. And there's some awesome, it was just an awesome, cool, fun movie. And there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens. I don't know. It's a fun, good time at the movies. If you're looking for just a fun summer movie that's just really cool and really interesting, I'd recommend Edge of Tomorrow. I give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to 22 Jump Street. Now, of course, gotta talk about what I thought of 21 Jump Street, which everybody loved that movie. I thought it was a cool, awesome comedy. It was a huge hit. I thought it was one of the funniest comedies ever. I just thought it was, I didn't see what all the fuss was about. I didn't think it was a bad movie at all, but I didn't think it was that funny. I thought that it had some cliches that they really stretched to breaking point. But, I don't know, like I said, not a bad movie, I just didn't think it was for me. Which is why I was very curious to see 22 Jump Street, and I was really worried that it was just going to be the exact same movie again. But, oddly enough, that works for the movie. Literally the second scene of this movie is saying, okay, this is the exact same movie again. They say this to the audience. We're going to do the exact same thing again, bigger budget, more money, it's going to be bigger, and we're just going to do the same thing again. And that's really, and it's kind of basically saying that to the audience as well as the characters. And, like I said, from a guy who did not like 21 Jump Street, I thought this was I just thought it was really entertaining, really funny. And some of the things I thought didn't work in 21 Jump Street worked a lot better here. Like, the bromance between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum was really well thought out. And at the start of the movie, you really buy that they're friends. And then, of course, they really test that throughout the movie. They have much more natural chemistry this time. Whereas I thought in the first film, I was like, how are these two friends? And this one, they really fit together, which makes sense. And, and there's some really, really, really funny scenes in this movie. There's especially this great scene that I won't ruin with Ice Cube about halfway through the movie. I was at a really packed showing, and the theater was just rolling. Everyone was just laughing so hard. This scene was so funny. And there's also a couple new characters who are a lot more memorable, whereas I had a really hard time trying to remember anybody beyond Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum in 21 Jump Street. And It's just, I think it's a fun summer movie. It's great comedy. Like, it's one of the funniest movies I've seen all year. I was laughing at every single joke. Take notes, bridesmaids. And yeah, just fun, awesome summer movie. It has some really cool cameos, some really clever stuff they do in it. But like I said, it is pretty much the same movie, just bigger, and they tell you that several times. This is not a critical observation. This is the movie saying to you, this is the same movie. We just gave it a bigger budget. And it was just kind of refreshing, I'm not gonna lie. So if you like 21 Jump Street, you're gonna love this new one. If you didn't like 21, someone who didn't like 21 Jump Street, I loved this new one. I thought it was really entertaining, really, really funny. The bromance worked a lot better this time. And yeah, I like this movie a lot, and I think it's a really good summer comedy, and I think it'll really satisfy a lot of people. So I give that one a 7 out of 10 as well. 2 sevens today. I give a lot of 7s on IMDb. So that's it, guys. And coming up next, How to Train Your Dragon 2, hopefully, and then the big one, Age of Extinction. Friends 27 out.